Hello everyone. Well, after a stormy night and early morning in northeast Oklahoma, we've caught a break from the rain during the day today, but more rain is on the way. In fact, we might start to see a few showers pop up as early as 8 o'clock this evening, but I think the better chance of rain is going to be late tonight. Once again, more of an overnight event. Look at midnight, a little bit more showing up. We are looking at a period of scattered showers and storms, and I will say with this scattered activity, the better chance of rain is to the south and east of Tulsa. Tulsa really right on the line from where the better chance of rain is to a much lower chance of rain. And so I've got to mention to the south and east of Tulsa, considering how wet the ground is, and the better chance of storms being to the south and east of Tulsa, there is a small chance for some flooding. We might see some isolated flooded roads during the overnight hours and into early tomorrow morning, because let's jump ahead to the morning commute tomorrow and notice the showers and storms still around, particularly to the south and east in Tulsa. I do have to mention in Tulsa, there is a chance of rain for the morning commute, but the better chance to the south and east of the city. And then after the early morning hours, it looks like things are really going to quiet down. And around lunchtime tomorrow, probably not much going on. Still got to mention a chance for some isolated showers, but more likely that it's going to be dry. But only temporarily, because look what happens for the homebound commute. It looks like we're going to get an initial wave of more scattered showers and storms roughly from about 5 o'clock in the afternoon until 9 o'clock in the evening in northeast Oklahoma. And with this little wave of activity, though I think there'll be some gaps in these showers and storms, do have to mention there are enough ingredients. Notice our temperatures getting into the low to mid 80s and the humidity high enough that we could see a couple of storms overachieve. I don't think it's likely that we're going to see any severe storms, but there is an outside chance we might get some damaging wind and hail in a couple of spots. So this initial round, late afternoon through the early evening hours, is going to be clear around 9 o'clock. But we are not done with the rain. Look what happens late Thursday night, around 2 a.m. New development, new storms. At this point, not concerned about any damaging wind and hail with these storms, but more heavy rain. And this is when we could be talking about flooding in the Tulsa area again. In fact, this will just be the start of it. Look at as we get into early Friday morning, even more showing up. So we are talking about a possibility for some heavy rain for that Friday morning commute and maybe some flooded roads. Now, the latest models right now say the peak of the activity may be around 9, 10 o'clock Friday morning. A lot of heavy rain coming down. Looks like a lot of thunderstorms. And this may be the most likely time that we start to see some flooded roads develop. However, once we get past the late morning, I think we're going to start to see things wind down. Look at early afternoon on Friday. Still rain around, but not as much as in the late morning. And the good news is for Friday evening plans, looks like by 7 o'clock Friday, all the rain out of here. So really highlighting a 24-hour period, it looks like, where we're going to have those enhanced rain chances again. Again, beginning late afternoon on Thursday, where we have that outside chance of that initial wave I talked about from about 5 o'clock in the afternoon Thursday until 9 o'clock in the evening, where maybe we'll see some damaging wind hail, but I do want to say the chance is low. Perhaps in a couple spots seeing some penny-sized hail, maybe some wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour, more likely just regular thunderstorms though, but I do need to mention it as a chance. But what I'm more concerned about is what's going to happen late Thursday night through Friday morning, and then the last of the rain wrapping up in the early afternoon, but particularly late Thursday night and early Friday morning. It looks like widespread thunderstorms, not damaging wind and hail, but widespread thunderstorms with heavy rain, just dumping more rain on ground that's already pretty wet. Now, most common rainfall totals probably only going to be 1 to 2 inches, but we always see some spots see amounts higher than that. We do expect that in a few spots we could see 3-4 inches of rain, and where that occurs, especially if it's a low-lying or poorly drained location, we could see flooded roads.